Coming up on This Week in Torrance.
Want to learn how to fly? Well, a new academy is helping people do just that.
Then a one-of-a-kind emergency response unit will soon be treating patients in Torrance. We'll tell you what makes this ambulance different from the rest.
Plus, hundreds gathered to raise awareness on the importance of women's heart health. We'll take you to this year's Go Red event.
And Torrance firefighters rolled up their sleeves to cook for the community. These stories and much more just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Jin Chun. Thanks so much for joining us. Here are your top stories.
The Torrance Fire Department made history as it received another rare distinction.
Congratulations, Torrance. Honor.
The Torrance Fire Department is officially accredited by the Commission on Fire Accreditation International. Torrance Fire Chief Martin Cerna, city staff, and Councilman Jeff Rizzo were in attendance at the recent hearing. The commission had the opportunity to ask Chief Cerna questions about the report that was submitted as part of the process. One person said they were very impressed by the report, and it was rare to ever see the word superb being used. This makes the fire department the 73rd in the nation and only the 5th in the state of California having an ISO Class 1 rating and accreditation.
Reporting that back to our community on a regular basis. We are truly excited and humbled to be sitting before your honorable body. The City of Torrance takes great and extreme pride in providing the highest level of public service throughout our community. When we embarked on this journey, we were unsure where it would lead us. But along the way, we discovered new opportunities to provide higher levels of service to our community.
I know the quality of your staff. I think I know the good quality of your department now, reading through the report. So I want to commend you for another California State Department rolling up their sleeves and comparing it to industry best practice. Not an easy thing to do for fire service.
The process assists fire and emergency service agencies around the world in achieving organizational and professional excellence. It's an international recognition of achievement and shows the community that the agency is performing to the industry's best practices and is holding itself accountable through external peer review. Congratulations to our Torrance Fire Department.
Well, speaking of emergency services, a one-of-a-kind ambulance will soon be serving the Torrance area and saving the lives of stroke patients, one of the top causes of death in the United States. Los Angeles County Board of Supervisor Janice Hahn announced a mobile stroke unit operated by UCLA Medical Center will soon be serving the city of Torrance. The board recently passed a motion funding the mobile stroke unit's upcoming operations in the city. The hope is to save more lives or even reduce the long-term brain damage and disability associated with suffering a stroke. The emergency response unit is not your average ambulance. It's equipped with medications such as clot-busting a drug TPA, a computerized axial tomography scanner, and staffed by a team of UCLA medical professionals that diagnose and treat stroke victims. The goal of the MSU program is to provide early clinical assessment and treatment for stroke patients by responding directly to the 911 emergency call. It was entered into service in 2017 as part of a national clinical trial to measure the benefits of expedited stroke care. This unit is the first of its kind in California. It's funded by the Henry and Arlene Gluck Foundation and in conjunction with Los Angeles County.
Business owners in California are offering more handicap accessibility thanks to new laws. The state of California is requiring cities to provide information to businesses on handicap accessibility requirements if they are making modifications on their property. The notice says that whether a business is moving into a newly constructed facility or owners are planning to make an alteration to their current facility, they must comply with standards. It's important to have a certified access specialist come out even if the new facility may have already been permitted and approved.
The James Armstrong Theatre has new additions to make sure your experience is more comfortable. Crews continue to install handholds at the entrance of every row. City staff tested the usability of the handholds in the theater. The installation was requested by the community since it is a bit steep. Last year, outer railings were also installed.
As the aviation industry faces a large shortage in pilots, one local academy is opening its doors to train future pilots with the top-of-the-line technology. Torrance CitiCABLE reporter Michael Patterson tells us more.
Amidst the roar of propellers and the whir of rotors, at the Torrance Airport is an academy that is solving a big need, one flight at a time.
I've been flying for 40 years, and I've never seen it like this.
According to a 2018 Boeing industry forecast, there is going to be a need for 790,000 civil aviation pilots in the next 20 years. Tomas Martinez, a flight instructor at the Sling Pilot Academy located at the Torrance Airport, says there is a major shortage, so severe that airline companies are now offering large signing bonuses to drive interest in the aviation industry.
When you get that exploding market, you couple that with more people flying, then you couple that with it takes a long time to make a pilot and the retirement age of 65. You put all those things together and then you get a pilot shortage.
Our focus is to get you to the airlines the quickest.
Wayne Totten is a part owner of the Sling Pilot Academy, and his response to the issue was to offer a 9-month accelerated course. With tuition costing nearly $63,000, it is faster and cheaper compared to most other flight schools.
There's a great opportunity for pilots right now, and it's going to get even better over the next 10 years.
Unlike other flight schools, the Academy allows students to fly in modern planes, such as the Sling, that more closely resemble the electronic components found in airline planes.
Totem tells me that the Sling plane is especially appealing because it is equipped with modern technologies, such as this touchscreen navigation system and a flight stick, which makes the plane fly like a fighter jet.
Why would you learn in an aircraft that was designed back in the 50s, a vintage aircraft, if you're going to be flying modern aircraft with modern instruments?
Everybody here just wants to fly, and they're always excited about flying. The most amazing process about becoming a pilot is just flying an airplane. It's the most amazing feeling in the world.
Students like Butler started flying because of a passion for aviation, but now due to incentives from the pilot shortage may consider it a future career. For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Michael Patterson.
Thanks, Michael. The Sling Pilot Academy is offering a $20,000 scholarship to a potential student. You can find out how to apply online at slingpilotacademy.com under the Enrollments tab.
A new resource will be available at the Torrance Farmers Market now through the summer. City staff announced that the Department of Public Social Services will be at the market once a month. They'll be there to answer any questions you may have in regards to CalFresh EBT. The market always has a seasonal variety of top quality produce brought in each week from more than 60 California farms. They are open rain or shine every Tuesday and Saturday from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m.
The Torrance Cultural Arts Foundation is calling on all local artists to share their artwork with the community. The foundation is now accepting entries for the 2019 Fine Arts Show. The program recognizes the best in original mixed media arts. 40 pieces of art will be selected and presented at the exhibition during the Summer South Bay Festival of the Arts. Artist Adam Normandin will be the award's judge and will select the top 4 artworks to receive the Ken Miller Arts 2019 Award for Best of Show, Gold, Silver, and Bronze Awards. It's open to all artists worldwide in any two-dimensional media except in photography. The festival gives the community an opportunity to experience the arts while showing off everything the foundation has to offer through its programs. The deadline is April 30th. You can apply at onlinejuriedshows.com.
You may have noticed an increasing number of butterflies fluttering around lately. Well, about 1 billion small butterflies, known as the painted ladies, are traveling north, heading to Oregon. They are migrating from Mexico, and experts say the unusually large migration is due to all of the recent rainfall. The butterflies are about the size of a silver dollar and are yellow, orange, and brown in color. They are one of the most common butterflies in North America.
They fly 6 to 12 feet off the ground, and you'll see them in swarms. If you go in your backyard, you might even see them there. I saw over 50 in my orange tree yesterday. It's a really spectacular thing to see. Scientists think that it may correlate with the El Nino year. We have had over 16 inches of rain, and we're in the month of March. So we encourage you guys to come down to Madrona Marsh. If you haven't seen the painted ladies, you'll probably see them in your backyard. Even when you're driving down through the city of Torrance, you'll see them.
Experts say the butterflies should be around for about another month before they continue their migration.
Stick around. We'll tell you why yo-yo professionals from across the nation gathered in Torrance.
Plus, Torrance firefighters cooked up an incredible meal, all for a great cause. We'll tell you more right after this.
Hundreds of women wore red and came together to combat heart disease recently. The American Heart Association celebrated its 15th anniversary of the Go Red for Women movement. In conjunction, the West Drift in Manhattan Beach celebrated International Women's Day with an annual wellness retreat and executive luncheon. The day was all about learning and educating women about living healthier lives. Women were able to learn and experience ways to take charge of their heart and brain health as they participated in activities promoting whole health and wellness, including yoga, meditation, healthy cooking demonstrations, and learning from experts in the health field during breakout sessions.
Portraying like I was really confident on the outside, but then having...
I definitely want them to walk away understanding the value of the American Heart Association, the importance of supporting it through philanthropy, because heart disease is the #1 killer of women, and especially for women who are head of family households, and very important to family. You want to make sure that women are getting the care and the information they need.
The day also featured a performance by singer Taylor Dane. Torrance resident Helen Savard was the keynote speaker and shared her story of survival. She talked about how she had recurring chest pain and was a frequent visitor to the emergency room, but doctors had no diagnosis. And one day, Savard went into cardiac arrest, and thankfully a bystander performed CPR until firefighters arrived on the scene. She talked about heart disease as a medical condition that ran in her family. She has now become a certified American Heart Association basic life support instructor.
The odds were very much against me.
Just let people know that heart disease is a real issue for women, for everybody, but for women as well. I also, kind of the change that came in me was just living each day as if it really is your last day, because you really never know.
As a woman in our 50s, we have to be, super. I love the support that's going on here, and you're seeing, with women this year, in the last few years, a real celebratory and a necessity for us coming together. So this is really beautiful. I'm glad to be a part of it.
Experts say heart disease, stroke, and other cardiovascular diseases remain the leading health threats in women, claiming the life of 1 in 3 women, more than all cancers combined. Go Red for Women events such as this one support the American Heart Association's efforts to improve heart and brain health, reduce deaths from cardiovascular diseases, and make sure everyone has the resources to achieve good health. You can learn more at goredforwomen.org. Money raised at this event will go towards research efforts.
Local first responders rolled up their sleeves and put on their aprons, all for a great cause. The 48th annual spaghetti dinner put on by the Torrance Firefighters Association and the Torrance Fire Department was a huge success as community members lined up at the Ken Miller Recreation Center. Inside, the kitchen was bustling as firefighters served up a delicious spaghetti meatball dinner. Money raised at this event will benefit the Lisa Ann Roosh California Burn Foundation Summer Champ Camp for burn patients 5 to 16 years of age. The foundation is a California-based nonprofit organization dedicated to preventing burns and fires while providing services to those who have been affected by a burn injury.
An awesome camp where kids 5 to 17 are allowed to be kids They don't have to be bullied. They are just normal kids having a week of fun together with a lot of almost 90 counselors that are there loving them. So that's just one of our events.
We know it's for a good cause, good foundation. So we put a lot of time and effort into it, and we're really proud of what we're able to produce here. So as you can see, there's a lot of people from our department here working on and off duty. And the ultimate goal is to raise as much money as possible for a good cause.
I love spaghetti and firemen and supporting the city. I've been once here 2 years ago. I tried to come last year, but I couldn't make it, so I was like, I have to be here this year. So we're coming out this year.
Nicholas Hagan also says the dinner is an opportunity for firefighters and their families to come together with others from the department. For many, it has become a tradition and they return annually. The dinner began after 1971 when the Torrance Fire Department responded to a fire at a metal manufacturer facility. Dozens of employees and 2 firefighters were injured. Firefighter Dennis Hansen, who is one of the injured, his story led the Torrance Firefighters Association and Torrance Women's Firefighter Association to find out about the Lisa Ann Rushburn Foundation. This is when Hansen's wife began the dinner to help others like her husband.
No, it's just a wonderful event where we all get together. It's a camaraderie. You see friends who we might not have the time to speak with during the year, but we all get together here, and it's good to see old friends, new friends, and the kids are having a great time as well because the ladies have the auxiliary has baked goods, so you can get cookies and cakes, and wow, what a good evening.
Lisa Ann Rushburn Foundation coined the term stop, drop, and roll. Nearly 900 people attended and more than $8,000 was raised at this dinner. The Torrance Women's Association raised more than $1,500 from the bake sale. Over the years, more than 50,000 meals and nearly $216,000 have been raised.
A popular art contest in the city of Torrance reaches a milestone this year.
Hollywood has continuously misrepresented and incorrectly portrayed Asian people. A scene that comes to mind is Mickey Rooney's role as Mr. Unioshi in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
In recent movements, we've seen women's marches, pride parades, and rallies against the immigration ban. These were all successful in uniting people of a specific kind, but not necessarily people of all kinds.
Poetry, short stories to pieces of art from various mediums are all ways local Torrance high school students express themselves as part of the 2019 Martin Luther King Jr. Visions of Unity Arts Contest. Winners were able to show off their work at the celebratory award ceremony at Torrance Memorial Medical Center. In its 20th year, the contest encouraged students to think about the issues involving their community and inclusion and acceptance and what they would like to see in the future about enhancing unity.
We are introducing the community to young people who have a voice and words that they should listen to. Here we have people from the community that come to these award celebrations. We have people from the school district, teachers, family, and each year we reach over several hundred people with the messages that these young people have.
My entry was about, I like to write stories about Asian American, mostly being isolated by her community, because sometimes that's the way how I feel, at school or at home, and I just want more people to know about stories like these.
The inspiration for this is probably that Torrance is a very diverse community. It's a very melting pot. We have a lot of different races and cultures here, and I think that it also helps that in my photo class we have a lot of different races, and it's very mixed, and it's very gender mixed too. So that's why I got one girl, one boy, and 2 complete different races, and I think that's just my vision of unity.
The contest was inspired by Dr. Martin Luther King. Winners received cash awards thanks to sponsors. All of the winners' works were officially published in an anthology. In the last 20 years, more than 700 students received awards and more than $60,000 was given in cash prizes.
Where I live, the city of Torrance, I went to Torrance High School, and I look at what is happening in our community now and how there's this strong drive, or unique drive for unity within our community and how it's being led by youth. And I take great pride in that, and I think, you know what, maybe there is hope after all. So if nothing else, I look to this Visions of Unity contest as the day where the youth can inspire us older generations that there is hope. We can conquer our partisan divides. We can find unity in our common humanity.
Winning art entries will also be displayed in the Katie Geisert Civic Center Library Showcase.
Yo-yo enthusiasts put on a show while also introducing newcomers to the world of yo-yos. At the 15th annual Bill Leibowitz contest in Torrance, yo-yo stars took to the stage and showed off their best tricks. But this wasn't all. The all-day event also gave people interested in the art of yo-yo an opportunity to learn from professionals themselves. The yo-yo contest is a competitive and fun event that gathers people with various skills. Attendees said there was no better place to bring the most talented enthusiasts than to Torrance because the city has been very supportive and home to many famous yo-yo artists, including multiple national champion Alex Hattori.
A yo-yo workshop today teaching kids who don't know how to yo-yo new tricks. We actually had the owner of Yo-Yo Factory, Hans, come fly in from Arizona, and he taught kids many tricks today. Kids from the City of Torrance came in and learned how to do yo-yo tricks and are here watching the contest today.
If you're thinking about doing yo-yo, go ahead and do it. The buy-in right now is at the lowest it's ever been. There are so many good yo-yos that you can get for cheap, and it's way easier to get in contact with people now because of social media. And aside from that, it's just so easy to learn online. There's so many players that I've met that I've never seen before, and they're amazing because all they do is they go online, they learn all these tricks, and they come out to club, and they're amazing.
I like it a lot. It's a really fun hobby. It distracts me. If I'm feeling sad or whatever, it's yo-yo, you can make up a bunch of tricks.
The building? Okay, Yo-Yo Factory's in the building too.
Bill Leibowitz was a yo-yo champion and was a big supporter of the yo-yo culture in Southern California. The event is put on by a group of volunteers and enthusiasts. The hope is to increase exposure and participation in the sport of yo-yo.
The Del Amo Fashion Center is getting some attention for its food scene. A new video was posted on the shopping center's Facebook page highlighting 5 crazy foods to try when shopping at one of the largest malls in America. The video was produced by Food Beast, a popular food and drink blog. In the video, the first stop was Stacked, where the host, Evan Lancaster, tried out various items such as the juicy Fuego 6-patty burger that has a fried egg and smoked bacon. His next stop was Luna Grill, that makes Mediterranean food like the flat-cut chicken kebab plate. Then he also checked out Basil at Nordstrom and Frida Mexican Cuisine. You can check out the full video on YouTube.
A Torrance business is keeping the history of aviation alive by giving an old aircraft another chance. Moto Art, a Torrance business, announced it has a new plane tag that celebrates one of Eastern Airlines' jet. The company has created a collectible plane tag cut from the fuselage of the rescued aircraft. Now, Eastern Airlines DC-9, like many other retired aircraft rescued by Moto Art, was brought to Torrance. Its fuselage was restored to shiny silver, then upcycled into pocket-sized plane tags. Owner Dave Hall says it's like owning a piece of aviation history. The tags feature original paint, dents, and other imperfections. Moto Art creates functional art from decommissioned airplanes. For the owner, it's one way to honor the memory of the plane.
Los Angeles County officials are saying that some Los Angeles airport travelers may have been exposed to a disease. A traveler with infectious measles passed through Los Angeles International Airport in February. Officials say anyone who might have been exposed should watch for symptoms of the illness. According to the County Department of Public Health, an infected passenger arrived at LAX Tom Bradley International Terminal from a China Eastern flight and had a layover before leaving on a Delta flight. Anyone in the International Terminal B and Delta Terminal 3 between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. on February 21st may have been at risk of developing measles. Some common symptoms are fever, cough, runny nose, red eyes, and a rash. Officials say if you have not developed any symptoms by March 14th, you are no longer at risk.
Well, still ahead, upcoming events you won't want to miss.
Plus a sneak peek at the next sports desk. We'll be back in just a minute. Don't go away.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
Yeah, I know. That's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be earthquake. Next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Welcome back, everybody. Tickets are now on sale for the 20th annual Pancake Breakfast on Saturday, April 6th. You can enjoy all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast prepared by members of the Attic. Donations are $5 per person. Tickets can be purchased at the Recreation Services Division Information Desk, the Attic, or from any Attic or Torrance Youth Council representative. The Torrance South Bay YMCA is hosting its spring Safety Around the Water workshops from March 18th to March 22nd. The times are listed on the screen. It's for children ages 3 to 14 years old. Walk-in and online registration is underway. The fun 5-day program costs only $40. And before we go, let's check in with Leslie Robbins on the Sports Desk.
Hey, Leslie, what do you have for us?
What's up, Jin and Ben? Coming up on the Sports Desk, Ellicot's athletics are on our radar, and they are coming in hot. An ECC alum was front and center at the NFL Scouting Combine, and we have his former coach in studio talking about it all. Plus, we take on the now viral Vans Challenge for the results of our shoe toss and so much more. Be sure to watch every day at 4 and 9:30. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you so much, Leslie. Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Jin Chun. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.